we talked about the trip that they took, and they went to, had to move because of the famine, and they lived over in the Philistines' land, and now they've moved back to the area they've been living in, around the Palms, and now it's a new story. The two boys have grown up now. And Dad is getting to the end. Isaac's getting to be an old man, and as we know, as we get older, our eyes fade, our hearing fades, all those things start getting to where you can't use them. And that's where Isaac is, and he's getting to see that it's probably getting close to time for me to die. I need to go ahead, and I need to go ahead and bless my boys. I've already determined who's getting what, but I need to put my blessing on. That was a big thing back then. I can remember as a little child, it scared me to death. I was probably 6, 7 years old, and we had a great-grandmother who was full-blood Cherokee Indian, and her hair was down below her knees. And she was 90-something years old, and she's laying in her deathbed, and before she died, they brought all the grandkids in for her to bless them. And when she reached out for me, it scared me to death. Seeing this old, and she mumbled in Cherokee language her blessing over us. Okay? So that's kind of the idea. Isaac knows his time's short. He wants to bless his boys before he dies. But there's another part of this story. In the meantime, as Esau grew up, he was rebellious. You ever had a rebellious kid or known a rebellious kid? Well, that's Esau. And one of the things that the family grew up is you stay in your own family. You know, you marry somebody from your own area. You don't go outside. Well, Esau knew that it irritated his parents, so he went and married daughters of the family of Heth. They were different nation, and they served different gods. And that really, really upset Rachel. Now mother-in-law has these foreign women in her household and area that she has to deal with. Now you got mother-in-law, daughter-in-law thing going on. And they have all these rites and all these worships that are against everything that God teaches. And it really bothers her bad. And it's coming time for the blessing. Now, sometimes we do wrong things for good reason. Does that make them right? No. Does that mean that God couldn't have done the same thing in a better way? Probably. Well, you're going to see a mom who loves her son and really dislikes her other son and what he's doing. Thinks she still loved Esau, but she was not happy with Esau. So we're going to see some conniving going on. Have you ever been around somebody that does some conniving to get what they want? Well, that's what you're going to see here. So if you want to turn in and actually open your Bibles, you can go to Genesis 27, 1 through 46, because that's what we're going to be reading here, and we're going to be going through. Now it came to pass that when Isaac was old, his eyes were so dim that he could not see. And he called Esau, his older son, and said to him, "My son." And he answered him, "I am here, here I am." And he said, "Behold, I am old, and do not know the day of my death. Now therefore, please take your weapons, your quiver and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me, and make me savory food which I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat it, and my soul may bless you before I die." Okay? So now his older son, who is a hunter, and he likes venison. So he's sending his son out to go hunt and get him a deer, cook him up some really good food. I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of partial to teriyaki jerky, deer jerky. So he knows his son can cook some good food here and prepare him some wild game, sends him out to go hunting, and then when he gets done hunting, he's going to bless him. Now Rachel gets involved. Now therefore take your weapons, your quiver, and go hunting for me and make me savory food. So you sent him out to do this. And Esau does what his dad tells him to do. And he went out in the field to hunt game and to bring it. So Rebekah spoke to her son, Jacob, her son, saying, indeed, I heard your father speak to Esau, your brother, saying, bring me game and make me savory food, that may he eat it and bless you in the presence of the Lord before my death. Now, therefore, my son, obey my voice according to what I command you. Go now to the flock and bring me from there 2 choice kids of the goats, and I will make savory food from them for your father, such as he loves. Then you shall take it to your father, that he may eat it, and he may bless you before his death. So, mom's conniving to steal the blessing that's supposed to go to Esau. And Jacob said to his mother, Rebekah, look, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth-skinned man. Perhaps my father will fill me, and I will seem to be a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon myself and not a blessing. But his mother said to him, let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice and go get them for me. Mom is being dishonest. Mom is going to try to trick her way to get her younger son, who she loves, to get the blessing of the older son she's mad with, and steal that blessing that should have gone to Esau. And we got them, he brought him to his mother. His mother made savory foods, such as his father loved, and Rebekah took the choice clothes from her elder son, which were with her in the house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son. And she put the skins of the goats on his hands and the smooth of his neck. Jacob takes Esau's blessing. Now, did Jacob have to go along with this? He's doing what his mom's telling him to, but in his heart, he had to know, this probably ain't right, but he's going along with it. What does that make him? Just as guilty as mom. Then she gave him the savory food and the bread, which she had prepared, into the hand of her son Jacob. So he went into his father and said, Father, and he said, here I am. Who are you, my son? Notice right off the bat, Dad knows something's wrong. He's lived with these kids all of his life. He knows what his children sound like. He may not be able to see them, but he can still hear. And he said, here I am. Who are you, my son? And Jacob said to the father, I am Esau, your firstborn. Lie. I have done as you told me. Please arise and sit and eat the game, that your soul may bless me. And Isaac said to the son, how is it that you found it so quickly, my son? And he said, because the Lord your God brought it to me. And Isaac said to Jacob, please come near, that I may feel you, my son, whether you are really my son Esau or not. Because Esau, it said when he was born, came out all hairy and red, and Jacob came out smooth, and it never changed. Have you ever known anybody that just had woolly arms and a woolly neck? That's what his dad's looking for here. So Jacob went near Isaac his father, and he felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he did not recognize him because the hands were hairy like his brother. Can you imagine mom doing that? Taking the skins of those little goats and cutting them down so that it goes over the fingers, so his arms would be hairy and his neck would be hairy. Man, now that's a mom that must love that son a whole lot. And he didn't recognize him because his hands were hairy as his brother's hands, and he blessed him. Then he said, are you really my son Esau? And he said, I am. Lied twice now. And he said, bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's game, so that I may bless you. So he brought it near him, and he ate it. And he brought him wine, and he drank it. Then his father Isaac said to him, come near now and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his clothing, and blessed him, saying, surely the smell of my son is like the smell of a field which the Lord has blessed. Therefore may the Lord give you of the dew of heaven, of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of grain and wine. Let the people serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be master over your brethren, and let your mother's son bow down to you. Cursed be everyone who curses you, and blessed be everyone that blesses you. Now it happened. Okay, he stole the blessing. Now, I'm sure he's getting out there really quick, right? You don't hang around after you just did something like that. And you know your brother's out hunting for game to bring to dad. And it happened as soon as Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, and Jacob had scarcely gone out of the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. Things are going to get ugly, aren't they? He also had made savory food and brought it to his father, and said to his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's game, that your soul may bless me. And his father Isaac said, who are you? And he said, I am your son, your firstborn, Esau. Then Isaac trembled exceedingly. He knew the dirty that just had happened. And he said, who? Where's the one who hunted game and brought it to me? I ate all of it before you, and have blessed him. And indeed, he shall be blessed. When Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with an exceeding loud and bitter cry. Imagine that. You just found out, not only did you give up your birthright, but now you lost your blessing to your brother. Bless me also, O my father. And he says, your brother came in with deceit and has taken away your blessing. And Esau said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and now, look, he has taken away my blessing. And he said, have you not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said to Esau, indeed, I have made him your master, and all of his brethren I have given to him as servants. With grain and wine I've sustained him. What shall I now? What can I give you? I made him your master. I gave him everything I've got. I've sustained him with corn and wine. And I've told him, and he's going to be blessed. What do you want me to give you now? And Esau said to his father, have you only one blessing, my father, for me? Me also, O my father? And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Then Isaac his father answered him. Now understand, Isaac loves Esau. Rebekah loves Jacob. This is a family in turmoil. Okay? Most of it's because of the daughters of Heth that Esau brought in. You see how the devil can get into a family and work and cause problems? How many people's family has had turmoil because of things that have come in? Oh, wait a minute. You guys have never had turmoil in your family. You're blessed. Then Isaac his father answered him and said, behold, your dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. By your sword you shall live, and you shall serve your brother. And it shall come to pass that when you become restless, that you shall break his yoke from your neck. Wow. That's tough words. So Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing with which his father had blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will kill my brother Jacob. Murders in his heart. Did this just happen? No, this has been building up for years. That separation of that family is strong. You know, I know families that there are brothers and sisters that haven't spoken in 20 years over something that happened when they were young. And it's lasted for some of them all the way to the day that they died. What a shame and what a tragedy. And the words of Esau, her older son, were told Rebekah, so she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, said to him, surely your brother Esau comforts himself concerning you, intending to kill you. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, arise and flee to my brother Laban in Haran. Remember, that's where Rebekah came from. She's telling Jacob, hey, we did this. Too late to change now. You need to get out of here before your brother kills you. Your dad dies. He says, don't want you to die too, so take off and go to my brother's house. Now, that's hundreds of miles away that he's going to have to go. And stay with him a few days. I think it's going to take more than a few days, don't you? And stay with him a few days until your brother's fury turns away, and until your brother angers turns away from you, and he forgets what you've done to him. You know, I don't think Esau's ever going to forget what's happened here. This is going to be in this family for a long time. And I will send and bring you from there. Why should I bereave of you both in one day? So she's afraid that Isaac will die. They'll bury Isaac, and the same day he'll go out and he'll kill Jacob. Esau will kill Jacob. So she's saying, just go on to my brother's house and stay there. When things calm down, I'll bring you home. And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. That's Esau's wives, more than one. If Jacob takes a wife of the daughters of Heth, like these who are the daughters of the land, what good will my life be? So right now she's justifying why she's sending Jacob away. I want him to leave here because I don't want him marrying the women from this area. Now I remember my daddy and my grandmother. There was a place called Raglan, Alabama. And my daddy was not allowed to date the girls from Raglan. Because my grandmother's family and the Raglan people, they didn't get along. So he wasn't allowed to go over there and date those girls. Okay? So that's what's going on here. There's problems in this family. And to cure the problem, she's sending her son away. But who created the problem? Mom. You know? Did mom think she was doing the best for her son, the one she loved? Yes. Was it the right thing to do? Probably not. Could God not have made this situation and put Jacob in a good position by himself? Did he need mom's help to do this? No. But sometimes, you know, we just can't help ourselves. And that's what's happened here. So, in a family dynamics get to be really tough. Things happen in families, good things, bad things. And they can last a lifetime. But the Lord can heal all. And we'll see in the further stories that we're going to talk about here how God heals this family. It takes a while, but God's going to heal this family. Father, thank you for this wonderful story. It's a warning to us. Be careful in meddling with things that should be God taking care of, taking things into our own hands, and trying to make things work out the way just how we want them to be. Sometimes it can have implications that can carry on for many, many, many years and can come back and bite us later on in life. So we have to think about what we're doing, especially in family situations. So Father, let this just be a warning and a word to us and what we do in our own families and how we deal with other people. Honesty is always the better choice. But anytime we're having to do things in secret, anytime we're having to lie and cheat to get something done, it's not your will. You're not into things that are lies and dishonesty. We need to stay in your will. So we thank you for this wonderful story. As we turn to our family time, if there's something in your life that's going on right now, and you need to just spend some time with the Lord, now's the time for that. Whether you come up to the altar, come speak to me, or just sit in your seat and pray. If there's something going on in your family or your life and you need to speak to the Lord, now's your family time to do that. So take care of that at this time. Whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, I want to thank you for joining us here at Frontenac Baptist Church here in Cocoa, Florida. I hope you're getting something out of these sermon messages and these wonderful stories. Once again, thank you for joining us here at Frontenac Baptist Church.